Hello, Katie and Lucia. This message is from David, and I bet you don't have a clue who I am. Well, my name is Carolyn Grimes, and I played the part of Zuzu in your favorite movie, It's a Wonderful Life. And I know you're getting married on New Year's Eve, and you're going to have It's a Wonderful Life as kind of a theme for your wedding. That's just wonderful. I just think that you've found the magic that exists in all the messages from the wonderful movie film. So do you want to hear some scoop? I'll give you some. There's a skull on Mr. Potter's desk when he offers George a job. And there's a heavy chain on the back of it that faces George, and the skull faces Mr. Potter. So if George takes the job from Mr. Potter, he'll be chained to him for the rest of his life. And those are just one message that Capra puts in there that's really has some meaning to it. There is a needlepoint sampler in the office when George goes in there and there's a run on the bank and he talks to Mr. Potter and he needs to go talk to the people. So he walks out toward the door. He pauses a moment and he looks up. And there's a needlepoint sampler. And it says, all you can take with you is that which you've given away. And it sits right under the portrait of his father. And he turns around, opens the door, and goes out and gives all of his honeymoon money to the people. There's so many wonderful messages in the film. And I wonder if you know where the name Zuzu came from. Well, there was a product called Zuzu's Ginger Snaps, and they were made by the National Biscuit Company, which today is Nabisco. And if you'll remember, George runs up the stairs, and I come out my door, and he says, Zuzu, my little ginger snap. So I was named after a cookie. Well, it's a fun name, and people remember it, and I'm very proud to have that as part of my life. I hope that you do keep watching the movie and keep looking for the messages in there. There's a message where Mary and George go to the Martini House, and Sam Wainwright drives up, and they get out of the car and invite George and Mary to go with them to Florida. Well, Mary rubs her tummy ever so gently, and she looks up at George, and that night she tells him she's on the nest. And there's something really kind of cute about that night. They're sitting in bed, and there's a string that goes over the bed, and it hangs down right between Mary and George. And you don't even notice it, but it hangs between their faces. Watch for it. And I think what Capra was saying was, because she tells him that she's going to have that baby, but there's a little loop on the bottom of the string, and it hangs between the people. And I think Capra was saying George lassos the stork. All kinds of meanings throughout the film. I hope you have a wonderful life together and that you are blessed to always remember to watch the film and remind each other of how much you love each other. Well, I'm going to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy wedding, a happy life. And I'm going to say, remember, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.